I want to dive right into your most fondest memories of Jackson State, man.
Yeah.
I have the clips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can go back and look at the clips and think back to that time, man, where you were wreaking havoc on the entire SWAC, man. I don't think people understand the level of destruction that you caused when you showed up, man. Every game, you literally set records, almost every game, right? Give us some of your fondest memories, man, of playing in our capital city.
Man, I would probably say the first game against Delta State was kind of like where I wanted to set the tone. But I came out like I never really came out nervous like that for a football game because there was so much for me just that I was dealing with inside that I just felt like I needed to prove. I don't care who we're playing. This has to be, because Jimmy Oliver, Delta State, they beat Jimmy Oliver's team. So in my head, I was thinking, wow, like Delta State must bring some shit if that's the case.
Yeah.
So I went out. I think my first pass went like 6 feet over my receivers. It was like an 8-yard comeback, and I threw a ball like 6 yards over my receiver's head and like to the third row, and I was like, oh shit, like I need to calm down and like get. So that was me kind of getting those first couple throws out and then setting the tone up. Throwing 3-4 touchdowns and just like that was the game where I felt like, okay, I've heard so much about these past legends at JSU, especially these quarterback guys, and I did something they didn't do, which brought me a little bit of just I settled after that moment, and then obviously it was the Tennessee State game. Which we hadn't beat them in 7 years up to that point consecutively. So that was another game where I felt like I threw a game-winning touchdown. We got over the hump, and then it was like, then I was so comfortable just being so much in a belief that no matter what situation we're in, we're going to score a touchdown and we're going to win the game. And that kind of translated to the Southern game. That translated to the end of the season. I think Alcorn, when I broke my collarbone, I came back and kind of got like that standing ovation. Those are all just moments that obviously I'll live with and never forget, but I could never choose one over the other. I know the Southern game was crazy, and it was one of those things. It's like, we had to win the game 3 times. And at that point though, there's literally no for me, there's no extra pressure when you go out in such an environment. You score a game-winning touchdown, what should have been a game-winning touchdown. Then it's like, nope, wasn't a game. So then you go score another game-winning touchdown, and it's like,
Casey, the crowd was crazy though. The crowd was ridiculous that game, right?
Well, sometimes when you're playing, you don't realize how crazy the crowd is. You don't see people leaving, people giving up hope. You don't see until maybe it's like, yo, is Southern chanting for us to go home in our own stadium? And then, like it clicks late.
It's true.
It clicks a little bit later. Yeah.